Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Want to talk about what's interesting regarding Kamala Harris ending her presidential campaign December 3rd, 2019, a Tuesday, just like how Election Day is a Tuesday. Again, if you're awake, you know that federal elections are a joke. They are a puppet show, they are rigged, they are contrived, there's nothing democratic happening in the United States of America. There should be zero doubts about this after the 2000 election of George W. Bush and the 2004 election between Bush and John Kerry, the two members of Skull and Bones, and then the 2008 election, 10 years after Tupac's song Changes, where you get the candidate Barack Hussein Obama, meant to mock the nation after nearly 10 years of fear-mongering post 9/11, where the boogeymen were Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden, and just everything else that goes on. I mean, the latest president is a reality TV star, The Apprentice. So anyway, to see through the puppet show that is the federal government, you need the Masonic hidden code known as gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words every single day. Federal propaganda is contrived this way. Elections are rigged this way. Notice the name Kamala sums to 123, and her campaign ended on 12/3, December 3rd. Again, a Tuesday. And what else is curious about this is, of course, her and the Democratic contestants are running against number 45, Donald Trump. Remember, number 45 was announced as the 45th president-elect in the early hours of November 9th, the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, and Berlin Wall's 45. Mike Pence is 45, and so on and so forth. Anyhow, she ends her campaign on her 45th day of her age. And then looking further at that, in light of Trump being number 45, she ended her campaign on the 337th day of the year, a span of 337 days from the upcoming election date, November 3rd, 2020. So two 337s. What that number is the 68th prime number, and it's a number that shows up a lot with Donald Trump rituals. The latest was the firing of the Navy Secretary. If you missed my video on that, you can go back a little more than a week ago. But notice, the name Donald John Trump is 68, just like The Apprentice is 68. And when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Donald J. Trump, how he signs his author name, is also 68. So I'm wondering, is this communicating that Trump might be a two-term president? Let's not forget that the name Trump equals 88. A lot of eights. But I'll continue to keep track of the candidates as they enter the race, as they exit the race. This has been the most interesting departure so far. And of course, you also have Bloomberg recently getting in the race at age 77. And he has quite the advertising campaign going on right now. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Where's Bloomberg at? Okay, that was earlier this year. Where's the announcement? I guess I have several posts on Bloomberg. All right. Nope, that's not it either. Or wait, is that it? Yeah, this was it. So he entered the race November 24th, 2019 at age 77. And hold on. Let me scroll down to it. Okay, so the day Bloomberg got in the race, November 24, 2019, that was a date with a life lesson number of 47. Of course, White House, President, Trump, Republican, Democrat, D.C., government, authority, the cabal. They're all 47. And Bloomberg's 77 years old right now. The name Michael Bloomberg, 77. Washington, D.C.'s on the 77th meridian. Judaism, 77. Zionist is 77. Think about it. United States is 77, so is power, so is secret society. There's the DC coordinates. And It says, to kickstart his campaign, Bloomberg has placed at least $37 million worth of television advertising over the next 2 weeks. Well, that's funny because the day he announced was the day leaving 37 days left in the year. So just realize who's ever to be the next president, it's already predetermined. From now up until election day, it'll be all news by the numbers. Entrances and exits by the numbers. You can go back and revisit the work on Trump's entire campaign by the numbers. How many decades in advance it was foreshadowed that he would be the winner of the 58th U.S. presidential election. Thus why he announced he was running from the 58-story Trump Tower, why he hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray for Inauguration Day, again why Hillary Clinton put out the book called What Happened, about why she lost the election. What happened equals 58, the loser of the 58th presidential election. Freemasonry, secret society, both 58. So, by the way, there was also this recent story about Trump's health test on November 16th, today leaving 45 days left in the year. And then the results came out 163 days after his birthday. That's the 38th prime number, by the way. Death equals 38. They have compared Trump to Nixon and Kennedy, two presidents who didn't finish their term. If Trump did win re-election, he might not finish that term. You know, he is getting old. He's overweight. He's the age where many a celebrity die in their sleep. You know? So. And don't forget about Bloomberg. He's the guy who's big on the gun control. He runs the Every Town for Gun Safety, which puts out all the fake statistics by the numbers. You know, I'll never forget up here in Oregon when we had the shooting after Sandy Hook. They said it was the 74th school shooting since Sandy Hook, and Oregon equals 74. That stat was provided by Every Town for Gun Safety. So, doesn't matter which one of these people you get in there. They're all puppets that work for the same gang, Democrat or Republican. And that's what most people don't seem to be able to get a grasp on. Or that, you know, the elections are illegitimate. People just fall for the same traps every single time. Till next time, Truth Seeker.